Yes, I'm acutely aware Tim Hendrick, the traitor, wrote this episode in particular. But I'm going to keep shitting on Mike and Brian like they're the sole reason any of this bullshit came about. Because fuck them. And away we go! Why are we still going with this shit? All Whorra was instructed to do was to find Rava. And without lifting a goddamn finger, she found Rava. Can't we just end it here? Please?
No.
Fuck you.
She must confront her own past if she is to move forward. We can only hope that she survives her ordeal.
Survives? I don't quite understand why they're making this into a do-or-die thing. All she's done is recline in a pool while watching a movie in her head. How could she possibly fuck this up? If there were even the remotest chance she could fuck it up, she would fuck it up. I mean, she is one after all. Oh, and I figured out why the purple bothered me so much. It's the color from when Aang was in a meditative trance to unlock his avatar state. I was initially under the impression that Whorra was in some lazy variation of the spirit world, because Aang tended to shuffle on over there when he needed to speak with Roku. But then I thought about it and decided Whorra may simply be in that meditative trance. Which is fine, I guess, even if the background is super boring and looks like a Windows default screensaver. Though in Aang's case, the purple came from the cosmic energy radiating around him and his chi, not from his avatar. So is Whorra just a chi projection right now? Am I overanalyzing that?
This is why humans have no place interfering in the business of spirits.
I can't take this carpet, kite, tapeworm thing seriously. I just can't. She looks like her biggest threat would be a pair of safety scissors.
This world is home to all of us, and what happens here is everyone's business.
What? Thanks to you, this world may cease to exist. I only hope I can track down Vaatu before it's too late.
Wait a goddamn cotton-picking minute. The world would cease to exist? Why is that again?
I won't lie. This is definitely me when I'm
headed toward annihilation.
I suppose now is as good a time as ever to lay into these spirits. From what I understand, Breik is going for the yin-yang concept here. Yin-yang is how the ancient Ching-Chong schools conceptualized dualism. More specifically, yin-yang refers to contrary but complementary energies that manifest themselves physically and balance each other out, creating and simultaneously stabilizing what is our universe. Light and dark, hot and cold, life and death. These things would be the energies that make up and hold together the fabric of existence. What you may be interested to know is that I'm giving you the energies in the wrong order. It's not light and dark, but yin actually is darkness and yang is light. So if this is truly what Breik wanted, and I'm 99% positive it is, Rava technically corresponds to yang, and Vaatu to yin. Here's where they fuck it up already. Yang is the masculine, while yin is the feminine. Yeah, that's right. Masculinity is the light and active energy. Femininity is the dark and passive energy. Those 14th century slant-eyed bigots didn't factor in the current year, now did they? So Breik got the sexes wrong with the carpets. Just because Rava has a lady's voice and Vaatu has a man's, it doesn't mean they identify as either sex. Stop being a cishet trans marginalized. Yeah. Anyway, for you Avatar fans out there, you might be wondering, didn't Avatar already do this? Right you are, viewer. Meet Tui and La, the moon and ocean spirits. They are very obviously a play on the yin-yang concept. Avatar outright states it, verbally and visually.
Yin and Yang.
So Breik are reusing the concept, because who could be asked to do any more research on Eastern philosophies, am I right? But that's totally fine, ER. You said so yourself. Yin-yang refers to many energies. Tui and La only represented the push and pull of the moon and the ocean's tides. Peace and chaos, light and dark, those energies are fair game. Ko makes Tui and La seem a bit more generalized than that.
They balance each other. Push and pull. Life and death. Good and evil.
And Ko also says this.
Your moon and ocean have always circled each other in an eternal dance. And that has been the nature of a relationship for all time.
Which implies that Tui and La were there from the start. And then there's this.
Without the moon, everything would fall out of balance. You have no idea what kind of chaos that would unleash on the world.
He is right, Zhao. The Fire Nation needs the moon too. We all depend on the balance. don't do it. That's not good. No. No, don't do it. No, don't do it. No.
And this implies that Tui and Law are what kept peace and chaos aligned. I'm thinking Rava and Vatu are not only a copy-paste, but a wee bit redundant. Tui and Law kicked their asses, tails? In practically every department. Design. Tui and Law are koi fish with an actual yin-yang symbol aesthetic, versus whatever the fuck these things are. Backstory. Tui and Law were spirits who gave up their immortality to help put physical existence in balance.
But the ocean and moon gave up their immortality to become a part of our world.
Rava and Vatu are just spirits that are for some reason hanging around the physical realm for plot. Roles. Rava and Vatu represent the wrong sides of Yin and Yang. Princess Yue, the feminine, becomes the moon, both of which are represented by Yin. However, Yin is actually the black side of the Yin-Yang symbol, while the moon spirit inhabited the white fish.
Don't make me use my moon powers on you!
Thematic consistency. Tui and Law were easy. Swim in circles, keep the moon and ocean going. Moon spirit stops swimming, moon goes kaput. World goes dark, and chaos ensues.
Can your science explain?
No, Sokka's science can't explain that shit, but cause and effect is still clear and logical. Rava and Vatu, on the other hand, tail ribbon thing. How does their dynamic really work here? Rava and Vatu are grappling for reasons yet unexplained, but then they're separated and it hurts Rava and only Rava for...
I have no idea!
So as a matter of fact, they weren't grappling. Rava was actually restraining Vatu, as he claims.
She has tormented me for 10,000 years!
Suplex City, bitch!
Rava's claim too appears legit.
I have kept darkness under control and the world in balance.
And then you showed up, you dangerous lunatic.
Okay, so Rava needs to constantly rape Vatu, or else she starts shrinking in size and power. Vatu, however, doesn't need Rava.
I'm a strong, independent black woman.
And in fact, finds her existence detrimental to his own. Without her raping him, he grows in size and power. And later, he kinda just waits for Rava to die, because, well, he fucking hates her.
Go, nigga!
You going to jail!
So ain't this a bit lopsided? Why does chaos and darkness become more potent without peace and light, but peace and light weakens without chaos and darkness?
We with chaos. This shit, nigga.
Why does Rava have to restrain Vatu, but Vatu doesn't have to restrain Rava? Why does Vatu destroy the world when he's free, but Rava doesn't have any influence to hold it together? Conclusion. As Yin and Yang parallels, Rava and Vatu are horribly unbalanced, and their dynamic is mostly arbitrary. Tui and Law are much more balanced, and worked well enough within their roles. I know this sounds endlessly nitpicky, but it's all in the little details. Throwaway lines like this.
Our strength comes from the spirit of the moon. Our life comes from the spirit of the ocean. They work together to keep balance.
Make Tui and Law seem so much more real and deeper than they, in all honesty, are. But exposition like this...
That spirit you freed is Vatu. He is the force of darkness and chaos. I am the force of light and peace. Since the beginning of time...
is wooden, stale, and make Rava and Vatu appear like superficial plot devices. Because that's all they are. But enough about fucking Yin and Yang. We're not even 2 minutes into this episode. Let's speed things up. Well, that didn't take me long. The fuck is this shit? Since when could airbenders levitate on clouds like overgrown cherubs, making Aang's air scooter look like some pussy shit? Oh wait, I forgot that this was the timeline where you could punch fire into being without any bending mastery whatsoever. Of course airbenders could fly if they really believed. I believe. And what's this? Just come on! The arrow tattoos were because the air nomads took inspiration from the sky bison, their airbending teachers. You can't just turn that into, oh, because they have tattoos in the future, they always had tattoos in precisely the same places. There are people who really love this specific type of body mod. This is like saying tramp stamps were a constant throughout history. Pro tip, they weren't. Not to mention, the arrow tattoos signified that the wearer was an airbending master. Is it the same here? Are everyone masters? Is this woman a master? Is this child a master? This fucking baby?
Do you see that, Moolah? People.
To kill and rob.
More humans! I found you! Wait! I'm friendly!
No, he's not! He's a killer and a thief! Run for your lives! Oh, yes! 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 No! No! Yes! No! Fuck!
The legends are true. Another lion turtle city.
I got the little baby Jesus, got my rosary beads, and I got 3 turtles.
Oh, great! You know what that is? Do you know what that is?
Shit.
That's just fucking great!
I have got to get over there. There. Okay, Moolah. Wish me luck.
Really, buddy? This is your plan? Hey, you know what? Go right ahead. Who am I to stop you?
Oh, no.
Huts and dirt roads, huh? While the Chews had elaborate architecture and paved roads. Why such a disparity, Bryke? Are you saying different people are capable of different things?
It's pretty racist, man.
Hi. How are you? I'm Juan.
Go away.
Come, sit with us. We would love to hear of your travels.
Yeah, I can't blame that spirit. One must have that murderous aura about him.
Vaatu.
Why is the great spirit of darkness here, but not his other half?
Yeah, explain that, Juan.
I'll explain later.
Oh, of course you will.
Leave these people in peace.
Whoa, where did these tattoo-less people with full heads of hair come from? I'm not kidding, before this shot there was absolutely no signs of them. They truly come out of nowhere. And get this, they're gone as soon as we move away from this shot, disappearing into thin air. It's like the animations for this shot were borrowed from a completely different scene. It's the most random fucking thing. Thank God, nearly every problem Juan faces can be solved with throwing fire.
Be gone!
How are you feeling since our split, Rava?
I'm sorry!
I've never been better. When harmonic convergence comes.
So, real quick, harmonic convergence is a real thing. It was one of the world's first globally synchronized meditation events in 1987 that coincided with an exceptional alignment of planets in the solar system. It was thought to cleanse the world to bring about a new era of peace. So I don't have to tell you it's complete bullshit. In Wangland, harmonic convergence is slightly different. The planets align, but only every 10,000 years. When that happens, the spirit portals merge, bringing the physical and spirit realms the closest together. Now, in Avatar, it was the summer and winter solstices every year that brought the physical and spirit realms the closest together. And there weren't any bullshit portals to fuck it all up! Who cares if the portals are merged? They're fucking doors! Anyway, so during this event, Rava and Vaatu must battle it out, and the winner decides to bathe the world for the next 10,000 years. But as Rava will explain later, when one of them wins, the other kinda just disappears for the next 10,000 years until they're restored. Doesn't sound very balanced, does it? And it kinda contradicts the fact that Rava and Vaatu were already fighting before harmonic convergence. Did Rava not kill Vaatu in the previous convergence, and so restrained him for 9,999 years?
Nobody gives a shit but you!
When harmonic convergence comes, I will destroy you forever.
You can't do that, supposedly. You'll see.
I told you not to interfere!
I had to do something.
You always have to do something, you little git.
Great Spirit of Light, we thank you for your help. But how did you become split from Vaatu?
Ask him.
Ooh, boy, you in for it now?
It wasn't my fault. Vatu tricked me into freeing him.
By telling the truth, as it turns out.
She has tormented me for 10,000 years.
10,000 years? I'd take it all back if I could.
It's too late for that. Now that Vatu is free, he is turning other spirits dark.
Okay, so why can't you turn spirits light?
The more spirits he turns, the stronger he becomes.
Why doesn't that hold true for you too? Why does Vatu get all these new powers and you don't? It seems like some incredibly poor writers are trying their damnedest to engineer a conflict and can't help but do so in the most manufactured way possible. Those people with hair are still nowhere to be found, by the way.
He's getting bigger, and you're getting smaller.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
As darkness grows, light fades.
And as light grows, darkness fades. Enough with the platitudes. Why are you so useless?
I'm sorry for endangering your village, but I promise to set things right.
How?
Back off, ugly. Great Lion Turtle. I ask that you grant me the power of air so that I can defeat Vatu before it's too late.
Oh boy! Instead of our protagonist trying to defeat this great opposition through his own capability and effort and the support of his loved ones, like in some other better series, no, Juan will just ask for more magic powers! This is so enthralling!
No human has ever held two elements at the same time.
I'm not like other humans.
Ooh, you got that right.
I can learn to do it.
Perhaps. But to do so, Rava must hold the power for you.
Why? And spirits can now possess bending abilities? Is there anything else about the Avatar universe's rule set that you'd like to utterly demolish before we carry on?
Ancient One, why would I do that for a human? Especially one who's caused so much trouble.
Good question!
Rava, please.
You're embarrassing me in front of Steven.
Neither of us can defeat Vatu alone, but together we have a chance.
You may be right. Very well. Ancient One, why would I do that for a human? Especially one who's caused so much trouble. Very well.
Women, so fickle.
I will help you to master the power of air.
Thank you. And in return, I will help you restore balance to the world.
Like you're doing some great favor when you're just a 2-bit thieving murderer who put the entire world at risk. There is nothing redeeming about you.
All right, I'm ready to try air. How's this gonna work?
The only way for me to give you the other element is to pass through your body and combine our energies.
Great, so you've done this before.
No. This has never even been attempted. It is very dangerous.
That's what they said about living in the spirit wilds.
Because it was.
And I survived that.
Don't remind me.
I'm ready. Give me the air.
Yay! Juan can just instantly use air too. Woohoo!
It feels completely different. If you and Vatu have the same fight every 10,000 years, why isn't one of you destroyed the other?
Bit of a non sequitur there, but finally, a legit question.
One cannot exist without the other. Even if I defeat Vatu in this encounter, darkness will grow inside me until he emerges again. The same will hold true if Vatu defeats me.
Well, you're the only one who seems to think so.
I will destroy you forever.
That doesn't sound so bad. Even if Vatu wins, you'll come back.
Yes, but you will probably not survive to see it. Vatu will destroy the world as you know it. Darkness will cover the earth for 10,000 years.
Oh, good! Just kill Vatu every 10,000 years, have him grow out of you, kill him again. Voila! Eternal peace. Letting Vatu roam free doesn't keep the world in equilibrium, but in fact destroys whatever tenuous balance it had. Rava's the only one who doesn't seem to flat out destroy the world when left to her own devices. I don't see why she doesn't just extinguish Vatu every chance she gets. He's too dangerous.
If I'm gonna help you battle Vatu, then I should visit more lion turtles.
More Magic the Gathering.
Why is there so much conflict between humans and spirits in the first place?
This physical world is where humans come from. Spirits come from another realm.
Okay, so at least that's keeping with the original Avatar's rules, for once.
At the North and South Poles, the two realms intersect.
Nope.
Over time, more and more spirits have drifted into this world. Humans have been forced apart, settling on the lion turtles who protect them, and losing touch with each other.
So the spirits are dangerous. We need to send them back and build a wall around the portals, and we'll have the spirits foot the bill for it.
Most people think they live in the only human city in the world.
Most humans think only of themselves, no matter how many others are around.
More of this anti-human sentiment. If you ask me, it stems from people too selfish themselves to see the good in their own.
When you pass through me, I feel an incredible rush of power.
You underestimate my power!
The more we practice, the stronger I become. Smells like smoke.
Humans are nearby.
Let's check it out.
Guess who are the ones who set that on fire?
A spirit!
Didn't even flinch! Easy there, fellas. We're friendly.
I can't believe it. Juan?
I can't believe it. What the fuck was your name again?
Jaya!
Right, Jaya.
Where's Yao? Did he come with you?
Yes, but sadly, he didn't make it.
Yeah, I wonder why the guy partially made of wood didn't make it around the dude, setting fire to all the wood.
But it don't last till morning.
So, why were you protecting this spirit?
This is Rava. Don't worry. She's not like the dark spirits you've probably run into.
Dark spirits? What's the difference? We throw fire at any spirit we see around here, just like they attack any man.
Honestly, he raises a good point.
I really hate humans!
Wow, someone's talking sense.
You have no idea what you're doing. You're only making things worse.
Bitch! It's called self-defense.
The spirits are coming back!
Let's wipe them out this time! We'll burn down this whole forest if we have to!
What happened to you? When did you become so violent?
Since he climbed down from his treehouse and became a man.
You showed me we could change the world if we just stopped being so afraid. Now we're doing it.
This isn't what I had in mind.
Are you fucking serious?
Follow me! When did you become so violent?
You showed me we could change the world if we just stopped being so afraid. Now we're doing it.
This isn't what I had in mind.